What you got going on, dude?
Shit, got a bunch of rehabs going. I put a couple offers in this week. I went to go look at a property this morning. The guy is behind on his taxes. He's about to lose this thing. So I'm going to figure out what we got to do to snatch this thing up. It's a condo, elevator building. Dude, he owes nothing, so that helps. Like,
Hell yeah.
Crazy how you owe nothing on your house, but you can't pay your taxes. It's at a condo. Come on.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
Hey, if they got multiple heirs, you know how to do that now. I don't know if he did before, but
So if they have multiple, say that one more time.
say if they got multiple heirs on title, like he's not the only owner, which happens a lot on those freaking delinquent tax deals.
I'm gonna have to check that just to make sure he's the only one on there. I just got off the phone with another guy. He's got a house. It was in his dad's name. His dad passed, didn't leave a will. So now obviously there's going to be probate, but they're about a year behind on the mortgage. He didn't pay the mortgage, so he's a year behind. And so now he applied for the probate. I'm trying to figure out like what this guy owes. I think he owes a little bit too much, but that's another one that I'm gonna look into. It's in a good area here, newer house.
I keep forgetting you're in Chicago. Y'all probably aren't affidavit of heirship. Y'all are probably probate. I wonder, do you know? Let me look.
Yeah, we probate over here for sure. It's all fucking
Okay, but for sure. There's no way around it there, huh?
What is the way around it? Because I could ask.
So I'm gonna look.
Know.
I'm gonna Google it. I doubt it. Is Illinois affidavit of heirship? All right, let's see. It says they do it there, but I don't know. Illinois affidavit of heirship. I would doubt it. I could not imagine. It says in certain situations they allow it.
What is it called?
Affidavit of heirship. Here, like in Texas, I'm doing a deal. I showed them, but I bought half a house. They only owned 50% of it. And then I just found the other owner that owned the other 50%. And then I'm like, hey, I'll sell you this 50% for this amount. And they're like, cool. And we did it. But sometimes there's 10 people. I'm working one right now that has 12 people. And I'm like, hey, I'll give y'all each $500 to sign this deed over.
Damn, that's pretty good. So when you said you bought half a house, so you bought only one of the owners out? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's fucking badass. I never even thought of that. So you could buy their percentage.
Yeah. JP put something here. Yeah, they do it. That's weird. I would not imagine them.
Alex, click that link. It'll pull up the affidavit of heirship form. I put it in the chat.
And Logan came on a few weeks ago, and he did a little training over it too. One of the calls. But yeah, dude, we'll buy out people for $500 sometimes. Yeah, you could buy partial interest of a house for a few $100s. So if you come across that crap with the tax stuff, I only mention it because the tax stuff, it's like that a lot. But I actually took his advice, and we went further with our list. We pulled the tax list, and he broke it down so simple. I've known him for so long, but we never really talk business when we hang out. But he's like, hey, what they do is they'll pull the tax list, and then we all call the delinquents, right? But they don't call all of them. They just look at who's dead, right? And then whoever's dead, they extract those. And how do you find out who's dead? You have somebody skip trace it, and it tells you they're dead. Or if you see that, look at their balance, and then you could pull up the civil suits. You just Google like civil suits. If it's you, like Illinois, right? And then it'll show all the heirs that have been sued. I don't know if y'all ever been sued. I have, and it's like the worst feeling when they're like, hey, like you're like, even if you didn't do it, it doesn't matter. You're just still like, this sucks. That's how all these people feel. So if you can call them right away when they get served and be like, hey, I'm gonna take care of this, they're like, where the hell do I sign? Get me out of this bull crap. Anyway, we've been taking it a little farther lately too, because I see my boy making $1 million on a deal. I'm like, we got to do that. So anyway, I just bring that up because you're working on that. So let me know if you need help on it.
Hey, I have something that's along that lines. I got a friend of mine that his stepfather died, his mom's living in the home, and there are like multiple heirs. And I know that a probate attorney was assigned to it. They paid somebody.
Yeah.
And then from what I think, I don't remember if it was you that I was talking to, but somebody was saying that they may not have been able to get bonded. Were we talking about that? I guess there's something that goes along with probate where the lawyer has to get bonded. And if it's too messy or too many unknowns, they can't get bonded, so they'll stop. Does anybody know anything about that?
I don't know anything about that, but I know that we bought plenty of interest from people, right? So if you could look up who's been sued, it's not hard. Just look up who's been sued and it'll tell you all of them. You know what? I could show you if you want real quick. I'm working on one.
Yeah.
Let me see.
That'd be
Let
aw-
me pull up the sheet.
Do you search it by who's been sued by
I'm trying to figure out how to get my team, but they haven't
corrupt?
understood it yet. So, but yeah, I'm doing it by the owner, but sometimes it's not that easy.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'll share my screen. Let me find this. Da, da, da. All right.
I wonder if it would have the subject address on all of those
Yeah,
suits.
but sometimes it don't show up there either. And
Yeah.
I had one yesterday. Somebody wrote a fake deed, right?
Mm.
So it's just crap. You gotta. It's
Wow.
kind of crazy. But here, let me see. Put the link here somewhere. I was trying to get them to do some crap here. Give me a second. Oh, here we go. Boom. So I had my team go in and put all the delinquent amounts because I didn't want to mess with the small stuff because then I hurt. Let's see. Let me move all this stuff out of my way. There's one with a lot of errors. Okay, cool. So this is the one. Let me copy and paste the address. And so obviously I saw they owe 13,000. I want to make sure that they freaking got some equity and it's something I want to pursue. This is like an old ass 1930 house. Like I'm probably not pursuing this because it has 12 heirs. I just don't want to jack with it. It's not a big like spread. So it's going to be a civil. It's going to be in the civil court records. And then I'll just, one of my screen's black. All right. Spoke or read it. Okay. Spinoza. That's who it is, right? Yeah. I think I actually found it under her, but let me see. Oh, these sites are so clanky. And sometimes you have to do it by the legal description. It's not even doing it yet. Hang on. I just have to keep refreshing it. And a lot of these sites are like this. All right, cool. This ain't the one, but let's see if they have a tax one. Tax case submitted. So like you'll see in the civil docket. Okay, cool. Yeah. Like all these people got served. Defendant, they're all family members. So then you could just skip trace these family members and be like, hey, that sucked. You got served. I saw that. Can we do something? I'll give you $500. I'll be over there. $1,000, $2,000, whatever. It could be a huge deal and it'd be worth a lot more. 10,000, whatever. But there's just so many heirs here. It's just do the math. Everybody you got to pay. Look at all these people. All these people, right? They're suing them all for the tax.
Can you go? Oh, so they have the county has to have sued them
Yeah.
for the tax liability. Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna file a tax lawsuit. So
So
anyway,
that's where the problem is. This one has $35,000 back taxes, but they have not sued anybody.
yeah, I mean it's not a problem. It's just more
Yeah.
urgent when they get sued. Nobody
Yeah.
cares until they're sued. So, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll figure it out.
Is that what they have to do? They have to sue them to take the property back?
Yeah, they gotta sue them.
Yeah.
It'll just keep racking up till they get around to it.
That's why I can't find it.
Yeah, but you could pull up, or like, what's the like you're looking for? Did somebody die? You said somebody died.
Yeah, it's like the stepdad bought. So it's in an estate.
Okay.
So and I think that was part of the probate process was to put it in an estate or something. I'm
Yeah.
so behind on the whole probate stuff. I don't know anything about it. I really tried to avoid learning about it because I just try to focus on wholesales, and I've already got novations distracting me enough.
Okay. How about this? Send it to me, and I'll help you with it. Because that'd be a whole deal today if we did that. Send it to me, and we'll like partner up on it. We'll see if it's worth it.
Okay.
Let's do that. Because I'm gonna have to pull an obituary. I'm gonna see who's dead and who got whose kids got kids, and see who actually has stuff. And then if it's worth it and there's money, then and the people I call don't tell us to screw off. Cool.
Yeah, I have the guy that I'm dealing with is a friend of mine, so I know he will talk to us.
Oh,
I just
cool.
don't know if anybody else in the family will.
Okay. Yeah, we'll set up something and talk to him. There's a lot of I like this stuff. I like everything. Don't get distracted because you gotta pay bills, make money, normal stuff. But when this stuff comes up, let's put our heads together because we're not competing with anybody.
Yeah,
So,
I just messaged you the address.
hell yeah. I like it. What you got going on, man?
Dude, I am at this point where I feel like either everything's going to implode or explode. I'm not sure which one's going to happen.
What does that mean?
I feel like I'm getting to a point where everything's just gonna fall out, and then I'm just gonna be like left. Like I'm gonna have to go get another job or something, which
Yeah.
it almost makes me want to cry to even think about that.
Yeah.
But I also feel like everything is coming to a head, and I feel like May is gonna be a huge month for me,
Yeah.
and I feel like the tension is building. There's gonna be some money coming in, but I just
Yeah.
not here yet.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm getting a little anxious. So
Can I give you a little insight, my personal experience, and I'm sure Alex and whoever else is. Alex is a lot of business, and I'm sure other people who taught it, right? But there's time, like real estate's like this, right? And I've been there, waiting on all these deals, and then I think our pain tolerance, just my opinion, is like the make or breaker. Right?
Oh.
There's not a lot of people that can endure the pain that you're going to endure. It's probably going to get worse.
that's my wife. I would have been back on a job 6 months ago, probably.
That's what I'm saying. So I think that's what actually makes like us in this industry. Like I just do, because it's not for everybody. I think me and Alex were talking about it one time when he was flipping all these damn houses and buying everything at once or something. I've done the same crap. I was like, I gotta sell. What the hell? Like, it's part of it. I'm sure Evan does a ton of deals. He's been there 50 times, I'm sure. So it's just you learn from each one of those and you get better. And you're like, okay, I'm going to value my principal a little more each time. That's it.
Yeah.
So the only reason I'm saying this is we all go through that crap.
Yeah, I know. It's like I said, I just feel like I'm there. Man, I need some of these to get across the finishing line.
You got some deals closing next month?
I'm hoping so. I thought I was gonna have one closing this week, but it didn't, and it's probably now supposedly there's some title issues. So they just got title back though, so I'm just trying to deal with that.
If you get title issues, pretty decent at that crap. If you need help.
Okay, yeah, I haven't even got anything back from that. This deal I'm gonna hopefully make $2,000 on it. Like it's so small.
Yeah.
But hey, I'll take it. I need money.
Yeah, I get it.
Need some income.
After you get above water, I hope you will tweak it and make a minimum.
Yeah.
I'm only working for whatever you're comfortable with.
Right.
I got people, I know buddies that don't need anything,
right? I want to be like that too.
Yeah. But you only do it till you do it. And then it's another uncomfortable stage because you're to do it.
Yeah. And then you're,
you're
passing up other things.
Yeah. Randy said I had 9 contracts cancel in 2 months. Yeah, during REOD. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I did a short sale off a property I bought in 2007. So
that's why it's good to be in like groups and stuff too. So you're not on a freaking island. Everybody goes to the crap. It is what it is. And if they tell you they haven't, they're not investors. They haven't. They have not done it. If they have it, cool, man. Let me know how I can help.
Yes, sir. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
Yep. Evan, what's up, dude?
What's up, my man?
Go.
Howdy.
I'm stoked. Evan hooked me up with a $5 million park I got inked.
Let's go. Hopefully it works out for you.
I don't know. It's retail, and I look at it, and I'm like, this is badass.
It seems good. From what I could tell, it really does. From what he said, it's unique being in the city, right?
Yeah. I texted a buddy of mine, and I'm like, 2 of them, because I was like, it's $5 million, a lot of money. And I'm like, hey, I got this park, and I sent him the number, he's done. And I sent it to 2 people, they both said done. And I was like, oh crap. So I haven't responded to one of them yet. But it's a really good deal. It's cool because there's 120 something lots. It's all city lots, right? Like It seems cool. We'll do, but it's pretty awesome. Todd said I could write that book. But yeah, what you got going on, dude?
Well, I was thinking about it. I've got a house that came up. It seems decent, but the lady has already filed Chapter 13 bankruptcy.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what the process is. I know she's ready to just walk away from it. And my buddy, who's a physician's assistant, she's his medical assistant. So she told him the deal, told him what she owes. And as she said, she's just ready to walk away. She owes 320, and I'm thinking it's comping in the 500s. But
what have you talked to her attorney?
I haven't. No, that's what he just sent me her contact not too long ago. So need to follow up with her. And then I usually get pre-foreclosure. You know what I'm saying? Once it's been filed, that's why I thought, hey, this would be a good one for you to
Yeah, that's what I was, yeah, you have to give the attorney on that and see what you could do at this point, where they're at and everything.
Yeah, yeah. I did a little research, just a quick Google, and it said like the property can be sold, but it has to be, the court has to grant you the permission. Is what I was thinking.
And they're typically not going to give you something 200,000 under market value, but maybe they will. Talk to the freaking attorney. There could be a situation we don't know about.
Sure. Okay, so the court would actually put a price on it to make money to pay off some of her debts, you would think?
I would think. Todd said in Michigan she would need to get permission from the court to sell it. Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna need to. She's filing, so people are gonna have to get paid. So they're all gonna have to agree on common sense verdict. But we don't know her situation.
Yeah, sure. I like it.
And she might be in chapter 13 because of the mortgage, so she could always just get out.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. I know some people do the whole fake out, file bankruptcy, and then pull it back. So it's something, definitely some more due diligence needs to happen on it.
I'm a big fan of. I know other people aren't; they shy away. But I'm a big fan of calling attorneys. I'm a big fan of it. I call them all the time.
Yep,
they help me. They help me. Attorneys. Yeah. This dude I'm dealing with, I think it's San Angelo. I don't remember where I'm doing this partial interest deal. He's 80 and he's like, bro, I hope we could do business. He doesn't talk like this. He's an old man, but this is how I interpret it. He's like, I hope we do business in the future. He's an attorney, old guy. We just hit it off because I called him. I'm like, hey, I haven't bought this half a property. I'd rather sign it. I know your client. She gave me your number. I'm being transparent. I want to make money. Here's my original contract. Here's my contract to her. I'm gonna hook y'all up. Whatever you need. I'll even give you her number. Don't go around me. And he's like, bro, I love people like you. We're gonna do business, but that's all they want.
I love it. Is he a real estate attorney?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I've been trying to develop some relationships here with some. I have one that sends me some decent business for probate.
This one's out of San Angelo. How far is it? That's far from Amarillo, right?
No, it's about, San Angelo's 3.5 hours from here.
I give you his number. He's freaking, this dude's been amazing.
Nice. Yeah. I got a buddy who's big in San Angelo, so maybe it could be a decent connection there.
Yeah.
Are all the deals that you're offering on, or a lot of them, are they on market stuff?
I offer a lot on market, but I get told to screw off a lot on market, even if they've been on market a long time. So that's a very small percentage. Most of the deals that I get have fallen off the market.
Nice.
Most of them. Yeah. Okay. I rarely get anything on market. I have, but it's usually expired. The biggest majority is they fell out of contract, and I haven't figured out how to get that list yet. I've figured out the title companies, they can't release it. I thought about pulling contingent lists. I don't know. There's a way, and we're missing it, or somebody's doing it. But that's like where most of them come from. I just wish I could just target that.
Yeah.
As if we knew the day after they fell out of contract and hit them right then, we wouldn't be waiting.
Yeah. It seems like you make your money solving problems, or a lot of it.
That's it. Yeah, I just don't like calling 1,000 people and looking for low-hanging fruit.
Sure.
I hate it.
Everybody's doing it. There's so much competition, especially where you're at. My market isn't quite as flooded, but I'm sure it's crazy competitive down up there.
If I hear that there's a problem, that's what I'm spending my time on, is that lead closer, and he calls all our normal leads and he's, hey bro, I don't know what to do. I'm like, that's what I want. Send it over. And if it's not, you lock it up. I ain't even looking at it. I'll just give it to somebody to dispo. Yeah. That's it, dude. Realtors give me the most deals too. I usually text them all and I'm like, hey, what can we do? Because they're hungry, especially right now. Every one of my realtors that I deal with close, I don't know why, but they're hurting. Every one of them.
For sure. Yeah, I said, there was a guy today that called me. He wanted me to buy his house back that I sold him 2 years ago. And so I was like, man, I don't want to buy it, but let me give you some realtors' numbers. I sent 5 different realtors to him. And then I text every single realtor and said, hey, I sent you this guy. He could be calling you. It looks good. They're thinking I'm referring business to them, even though I didn't. I gave it to 5 different people, but just keep it in their minds. And yeah, I love realtors too. I love that.
Are you doing any novations?
I've done some in the past. I almost got bid on one because I did a lot of work to it. And I think that was the problem. And I ended up having to buy it once it didn't sell. But
that's why they structured those. I don't do any work when I do the novations. The only reason I asked is you said you wanted to buy it back, but you might. I don't know. I like structuring novation also.
I like that. It was pretty retail, top of the market. He bought it. I just don't know. There's really no room for it in there. Yeah, I got my money, so
Yeah.
he paid top dollar for it. But no, I
Anything
love
I can
that.
help you with right now?
No, you're awesome, dude. I love being in this, and you're functioning at a high level, and it's good nuggets. And Tony, brother, I've been there. I know how it is, and it can be tough. But just keep going, keep pushing, brother.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks.
Yeah, there ain't a level that ain't gonna hit, so it's just gonna get numb. I got a buddy. I'm not gonna mention his name. I got a buddy. He's a big deal, real big deal. And he was like telling he was no, he wasn't telling me a story. It was he actually made a post, and he was like earlier on in his career, they like wired some money, 100 grand for a deal, got scammed somehow, and he was like about to just lose it, and he was like, I just went back to making eggs for the kids, and he started writing. That's the mentality like I had to get. I just had it happened. Like I got to figure it out. It was pretty cool. But Todd, what you up to, dude?
Not much. My 56 unit Monday. I said
Woo-hoo.
Friday, but it's Monday.
Badass. I'm stoked for that, dude.
Yeah, so we got a game plan once we lock it in. Once we close, there's 10 units that are pretty close to being rented. And my partner has 580 units, apartments all over. So he has the crews. We generate about 20 grand a month in income right now, even though it's under rented. So we're going to use that money. We're going to try to get these 10 units Section 8, or he's good with that. He could feed that in there, get those rented. And at the same time, I'm doing all of this, trying to sell it for 1.7. It's just like 30 grand a unit. And we got it at 850. So try to do as little as possible.
Man, that's going to be a really good value add. You're probably not going to go backward after that. You're probably going to just look for those.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
You're going to be like,
Yeah.
maybe I'm just going to do these big ass value adds.
Yeah, this one took a couple years because it got caught up in court and stuff like that. So
That's still all right though. If you net, even if you net what 400 G's. I'm just saying, like worst case problem, like worst case ever. Let's not.
man, if I'm in the plus 100 somehow, some way, if you offered me 100 grand right now to get out of it, I'm out of it.
That's badass.
Yeah. But and then I got a deal closing tomorrow. This lead was in my CRM since 2023. I ended up getting it for a couple of thousand because there was a title issue, and really there was not a title issue.
Yeah.
And got a buyer for 15 grand real fast.
Hell yeah. That's awesome. Best deals. Yeah, you solved the non-existent problem.
Right, exactly.
Cool, dude. Anything I can do to help?
Oh yeah, so remember that mobile home, you said you never sold one to the park, right?
So I haven't, but I buy a lot of homes from my tenants, like for really cheap, or they give them to me, like because they don't want to move them. Somebody's giving me, they owe me $1,500 in rent, and they were like, "Hey, I'm just gonna give you the home for the rent because we're leaving anyway." And I'm like, "That's cool. I'm gonna rent it for 800." But I never pay more than a couple of grand.
Caesar, he had that one. He called me and said, "Look, because I flipped a mobile home in a park here in Michigan. It went well." And so he called me and said, "Look, this lady bought a brand new mobile home in end of 2024, paid cash 63,000, and she just don't like the park."
Yeah.
And so he got it for 30 grand, and I was gonna call him. I know the lot rent's like 420. It wasn't horrible.
Yeah.
I guess that's not horrible. I don't know, but I was gonna call the park and see if they wanted to buy it for 40. I didn't know if that could be.
If it's an upper scale park, they might consider it. Their moving costs and stuff. But if I were to buy a new one, I could get it for 45 installed.
Remember you said that recently. Yeah.
He had reached out and I told him, do it by all means. You should and see. I told him just put it on Marketplace. You'll have a buyer today. There's a dude in TU, his name's Chance Ireland, I think. He sent me the same kind of deal. I was like, my Marketplace is suspended right now, so I can't put any on there for whatever reason. I think we put all of our rentals on there, and sometimes people get pissed, and anyway, we lose it. But So I couldn't
When
do
you
it.
say marketplace, you just mean Facebook Marketplace?
Put it on Facebook. I guarantee you're gonna have 10 buyers today. Put it on Facebook Marketplace. You're gonna freak. Like mobile homes move like crazy, and nice, especially nice ones. If you have them priced right, put it on there. And if you're not getting, then just keep dropping the price. But that's where we get every single one of our mobile home buyers is from Facebook Marketplace. I told him, but he's like, "Oh, I don't like that." I'm like, "I don't know how else to sell them. I'm gonna be honest with you because I've traded a lot of mobile homes, and I don't either that or we'll call mobile home parks around. But my pitch there is usually, hey, do you have any open spots? So they think I'm interested, and they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, I got a home to sell you. And usually, if it's not cheap, they're like, I don't want that.
That's what I was thinking. The park it's in, we don't have to move it.
Yeah,
All right. I'm gonna call the park that's in. I'm gonna put it on Facebook Marketplace and see what happens.
yeah. If you don't
Cool.
move it at the park, you'll move it on Market. I promise you will move it on Marketplace
Okay.
if it's the right price. So
Yeah, we'll know, right?
yeah, cool, man. JP, what's up, dude?
What's up, man? How are you?
Good, you?
All right, just grinding away. Hey, I do have one question. I know you said that your tax records weren't in. You just go down to the court. That's what you said last time, right?